Hi there. Let me tell you a story that might just leave you questioning everything you thought you knew. Shin was an ordinary girl from a small rural village. Her family's circumstances were considered above average for the area, with her father's steady city job enabling them to build a sturdy two-story house and run a thriving convenience store at the village entrance. Her mother, a rare college graduate from her generation, worked as the principal of a local elementary school. As their only child, Shin was doted upon from a young age. Though her grades were average, Shin had a cheerful personality and was well loved by everyone in the village. In the evenings, she often gathered with her friends outside the convenience store, chatting and laughing. The elderly villagers frequently warned the young women not to linger outside at night, but Shin dismissed their advice as outdated. At 18, after graduating high school, Shin's father helped her secure a job at a government office in town. She often hung out with friends after work, strolling around town before heading home. Over the past 2 years, many matchmakers had visited her home, introducing potential suitors. Though her parents arranged for her to meet a few, none caught her interest. Life continued peacefully, but beneath the surface, forces were aligning to upend Shin's world. The night that would change her life forever was fast approaching. It was a typical Friday evening. After dinner with her colleagues, Shin stood by the roadside waiting for a taxi. She had no idea that danger was lurking nearby. Out of nowhere, a masked man sprang from the shadows and pressed a chloroform-soaked cloth against her nose and mouth. Within seconds, Shin lost consciousness. When she came to, she found herself lying in a secluded alley, her body aching all over. By this time, her frantic parents had already reported her missing and were searching everywhere. At 2 a.m., they received a call from the local police station. The officer on the other end spoke in a grave tone, explaining the situation. Shin's mother collapsed to the floor, and her father trembled so violently he could barely hold onto the car keys. When they arrived at the hospital, they found Shin curled up on the bed, staring blankly into space. Upon seeing her parents, she broke down in tears. Her parents, devastated, struggled to comprehend what had happened to their beloved daughter. Her father slapped himself repeatedly in anguish, while her mother wailed uncontrollably. The doctor explained the test results, and each word felt like a dagger piercing their hearts. News of the incident spread quickly in the village. The matchmakers who once visited frequently now vanished. While friends and relatives expressed concern, Shin became reclusive, spending her days binge-watching dramas and avoiding everyone. 3 months later, the family faced another blow. Shin discovered she was pregnant. Sitting in the hospital corridor, her parents struggled with the doctor's warning. Terminating the pregnancy might render Shin infertile. For Shin, already grappling with severe emotional trauma, this was another cruel twist of fate. In their desperation, Shin's family began considering finding someone who could accept her situation. In their small village, an unwed mother was heavily stigmatized. Her father thought of Danon Lee, a simple and honest young man who had once expressed interest in Shin through a matchmaker. With the matchmaker's help, the two families quickly reached an agreement. Not only did Danon Lee accept the circumstances, but he also proposed living with Shin's family after marriage. The wedding was held as planned, filled with warmth and celebration. Life after marriage turned out to be surprisingly harmonious. Danon was attentive to Shin and treated her parents with great respect. Before long, Shin gave birth to a lovely baby boy, whom they named Neon Lee. Watching her husband doting on their child, Shin felt a warmth she hadn't experienced in years. The way Danion's eyes sparkled as he played with Neon made her heart swell with gratitude and a sense of security she never thought she'd find again. Little did she know, a shocking secret lay hidden in Danion's brother's home. A paternity test report stating with 99.99% certainty that Danon Lee was Neon Lee's biological father. Life is full of twists and turns, and sometimes reality is stranger than fiction.